Hello, my U-Turn family. Welcome to the U-Turn Show. If you are new, this is a platform for empowering our communities through impactful conversations, real life stories, and resources for youth and women. Every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we gather here to spotlight voices that challenge limits and those that reminds us that real change begins the moment we choose to turn in a new direction, to make a U-turn. So, if you are navigating change in your life, looking for clarity, or building the next big thing, you belong here. So, share this conversation and stick with us as we begin the real talk, real growth, real U turn. Wow. Wow. Thank you, everyone. Those who've already joined us, please share as you have heard. Today, we are spotlighting a very important, powerful woman, a powerhouse, Nyibol Ajak Thiong. And I am also joined here by my colleague Alakir. Hey, Alakir, thanks for joining. And maybe more U10 members will join later, but we're really excited to host Nyibol, an author of a very important book abroad real soon. So this conversation is impactful, is empowering, and we don't want anyone to miss it. So share it with your friends. Invite your friends. Let us know where you're joining from in the comment section as always. So before I can talk, I don't want to, but you know, but spotlight Banya now our very important special guest here. So Nyubolda, thanks for joining the U10 show today. We are honored. I know me no quite you, but for the sake of few people who may not know you, can you just briefly, share about yourself? Before Ben walk into our deep question for today. So take it away, Nyubolda.
Thank you for inviting me, Akwa, and thank you for audience event today. I'm Nyibol Ajak Thiong, and I write the book Chagor, Grounded, A Tale of Surviving Hardship. And Chului migrated to Canada in 2001. So I'm here in London, Ontario. And
Thank you.
back to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So you wonder what y'all deep into our today conversation. So question then I will jump. So you can always think about 2001. But before 2001, been Canada or been Jabu Bugor, been a graduate. I know you're very humble in Chikorvara and there are almost 50 people watching you. So, this is your moment to shine. So take us back to your early memories, your early years growing up, in South Sudan, running to Kakuma Refugee Camp or other displacement camp. What are some of the experiences or survival experiences that shape who you are today, that brought you on the U-turn platform today? Because you've been thinking in a new pool. So take it away. Take us back to the memory. You are one story, do.
Oh, wow. Yeah, my early memories of childhood started in my Amokwe. My uncle decided go to Ethiopia. My sister and I and well Kujel uncle family. And then so what did Banangakwe first time by Jal chat. Na loko what did I chat then what chat live. Go my mama go lwe na na de bola di chat beleo. Go lwe gulen di chat ni bola di chat beleo. Go lwe ka bu no bai. What you get any and then I look at my mom, mama would then one, well, and she could but the gole windy chat the chilo, wale am the chat, woolen the lendo, a chibi chat. So it happened that Gokulo Paneda, my uncle just passed 2 weeks ago, you were the mind you what, Gokula by. Go back, Gokula Kaila Yoke Leo, go what you like. It's no quite I get really goodbye and then go mom okay, actually, but do quite better, well, Gole okay, mama tenya pandi ara kor bu duken ka bi do no bai. Gole an chila mama. Gole no gole mi chat. Well, okay, so we made a deal. Na de ye na no wong ben no. Kwa bene kwa koi jan ba ay lo ko yot. Gule okay, tilene lo ale tian rot. Na lo rot tian. Then ku bulan dua be ko ka ba ben abro mo then kin kar lor ku yot wong. Ti chin wong chin ka then kin lor ku mar rot pe ko chi. Then ku yin bulan dua be ko ra ki be yu ku cha don ko ba then don't lose sight. Gwale lo okay. Yeah, my sister cha le ni na luel. Ko je bulan de luel ni bol bar ren gwala mar pe dar ku ka ka. Na kar ba wong lir ku wong e cha lo. Go mo je ku adom chin ku yulen on the other side. Ko mar pe ko chi mulen di ja ko re ati ko ra wan chura ti an la ti an kem ke je bu la o and I think na chu pin ko bu ja chuor go ra ja chuor ka go le okay ni chi pian du to ga ja lo it le yin cha le yin da gi bu la lor bu ti cha gam go le it's okay wa chi chat that is the first thing step cho bo cho go wan go ka bi yal de li go le ni go le nyen go le lan kin ya go no okay cha de du ni to le quá tập cồn the whole time I go to few book ba yo ko yes go le chiran de kon wa ja lo few go jo ko bedek so that was a 89 ala tim ko to the le go jo ko la pa nyunduk that is early started kana na lok la pa nyunduk life took a turn wulen dia kwai tio ngene ran mo go my dad and I to jj ran 105 go my mom go la bay and I told my mom la bay, then I took notes. My uncle, hello panakim, kule Dubai. Then one of them in with the toddler. And don't get my sister, well, walk or what there. Ulen dia car kam panakim can buy la ben buy be with their walk ku Dubai. Na kin ku lo I chin ku chu gua doi la ga panakim shan mom died. Kayo gal well ku lo ka tamatim lo ku tamatim ma chu pur ku wa lo tamatim lur ku pingu cham ku tamatim. Lior ang the king chol papa lior my sister ko champo. Yeah, so I took note there. Bu be lo itang. Lo ko lo itang le ria ko wo ka ja lo kar ka my uncle liu. Ka first thing to loy ako ya nong ti che jai ken ke ro dating. Go ran go ben ko ri ro to yi. Ko ye lo mo ka ka de mi kon ga. Ko wa rescue. Kar ka di tang go bo mar ka chin. Abo my sister bla don ken yan wa la po ka chin ka dia. Uh, Then cái thế chế piu ra lôi quá chứ cha de cả mấy ten the first scare thing to ra lôi quá chứ ben ko ka coach pe nya wa ko ku len dia go wa tao wa be ja yu go wa tao nam si quá ne ra ne very hyper kid go le ka nang cái ping cho go le mu cha ping ni nó có ya be cha nya ru go le na cái ping cho go le ya bo you know go le dia la ni bol go le cái le ka cái ada first thing go po te la ne chi e de ka la ne cho wa no arwa ne ka da ne cho wa no arwa nam si bu ben yes wa che pupot bu ben ponyunduk bu ber ko be be jala ba ko ben kilo le pochala yes ko jal be jal wa cha bulin die be ya teacher ke token student so wa che be cha te na ba ko jal ben na rus bu jal ben kakuma yeah so in ke te journey da kan from kakuma wa che process bu lo bu jal ben canada
Wow.
2001 yeah
So
so
you know
then
one of the lost girls.
if I'm a lost girl, maybe yes, because walk a generation of Kakuma. My uncle was a teacher, but a student in J Chamber. So yes, walk it to J Chamber. I grew up with many of them.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. Oh my
So
goodness. I can't
yeah,
believe like seeing like you to chat on your until I have been
I took
kakuma.
yeah to find it. So yeah, so in case journey dark, I can
So
to talk about fear. survival and strength. Aka Iran ka long to chain input. The Chewaka chat in way, there were times, in Chencham,
Wow.
right? The chat going for long hours. I don't know, Ben go back, go bear. Well, you just have to, why you do that, go to be chum in bed talking. Uh, they could you a chit yen ten. It can keep walking, right? You find yourself you're lucky because na japo. So I always say I'm lucky because I know Coco can make it, right? So Iran cho well thankfully which are loy Coco and you get to jar along the way, could you change it up till today. So Iran cho you know that you're lucky because you survived this far. So I tell you in strength that I'm grateful for every moment in life. Yeah.
That's powerful. Whoever chat what you got serious guy when you're out there and can lose
No,
flat.
yo,
Baburu
okay.
Bale.
Eh? Eba buru gwele, yes. En ke kichuro loy. Yeah. So to talk about Kakuma en get to when I think I can call it home. Kuba
Mhm.
Canada jalbe ya second home. Because en get ya you hear worry for so long.
So before when Walla Kakuma, I have one question there. That so
Okay.
you mentioned so many things. You check a lay, check a escape, check what
Yeah.
you can so many dangers and can work exposed in from by
Mm-hmm.
all the way to
Yeah.
Narus to Kakuma. So you were constantly on move, escaping thing. Can you name and
Yeah.
think core, what kept
Yeah.
you going? You know, man, yeah, too, because man, what on a different level of strength, kind of man, yeah. So, what kept you going through those, those early years
Yeah.
of danger of moving from one place to another?
Oh. My uncle. William Dio Kwai Tiong Kwai and my idol. I always said he's my idol because his love and his protection. He was constantly there for us. No matter what, William was always there. The only time she walk port okay zaman she koi lo car. Thì ít thắng có cái liều bài cái chỗ là số của lô cái cả. But it was because from that time I can bear pork and walk. So can a constant love I kind of give us the strength and yeah.
Oh, shout out to all uncles out there. I
Sure,
hope.
uncle. I love my uncle. I love my uncle. I love my uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's good.
yeah, yeah. So my uncle was my idol
Kept you
growing up.
going, kept motivating you that you will make it.
Yes.
So now you Ben Kakuma,
Growing up.
no long
Yeah.
time in Bukwen. You talk a lot
Yeah.
about your experiences in Kakuma. A
Yeah.
significant part of that book, I think I get to chapter one and can PIU. So I'm very excited. I can't wait. But you talk a
Yeah.
lot about, so many things that Jakek experienced in Kakuma.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Kakuma become a significant part of your story. How did that experience shape who you are today, especially your sense of identity and belonging?
Mm-hmm. Kakuma.
Hmm.
I love Aulwela Kabu Gola Jinkor Kakuma.
Great.
Coming to Kakuma, we were not 10. And at the age of 10, what can Nanga Wakorna Gninyan Madia? Thì nó có này chứ pin giáo tuổi and everything or weekend năm thì Danny wara la pio tin ibir.
Hmm.
Yeah. Kujela school. So it become a significant part of me. The care kangi toy challenges aketo. Kutaka and man when chino mama day. So yes, and my uncle continue to do a race. Kanong challenges kunyan ma dia bi ma cholo match in karan when what do I group but wa wan yera wa ka tawaro wa la por kor de na le wa ber du waro bula rer ke ne tan ke se tim cho kor cho bas ko lo ko du bai Kakuma is significant long end because in Katie renting before Ban and Ben Kakuma. Yes, what to Rala Pure, Vir code and everything. I started with school, kadang a team chok on Biwa Kakuma. Pure Rega Tau Balloony could you look at quite game, could you school what jockatan. So, yeah, and they ran when hyper kid. They put it that way. Kunyan ma they are very calm, I be macho. Ku na lo ku lo cái yên kan có ya cái liab kan có dit ku có kor so kan wel bu hu sa ta ba ya ti din chi jam. That part was challenging in the end because on the one we whisper la ben ke jam go later kada ne and almost maybe almost every day ba garin kada ne ku later and maktab ko la lui. So we became creative. Well, my chama sometimes you go leave go tell read it could just get real towel because you never know but I know what you there. And then yes, my uncle Louis great Louis the monitor. That well like he's my idol because I have been going no I can't great cool can you bol okay. Go to a poll. So yeah, I got into so many trouble at the school. Uh, every well by kulwel be a yen ka rio Nyibol because antok and alkari ban alloy knowledge. What any troublemaker just because I'm a doll. I can, smooth things out with my laughter. And so go was separated. I can rub a loin, I told him, Yalo, and look together. Have a palette. Could you go Ben were really close? Could lawyer could more could lawyer monitor at any ya. I moved down over I did take a 8, 12, 13, reaching teenage years. I don't challenges to road by a loy. Uh could challenges kaka I check of a face but I can kill my family. Uh but I love Ben by and then all of that touchy thing because she jam about. So I turned to myself. I'm like, I'm gonna face these challenges alone. And the first encounter almost broke me, but then I held myself together. Yeah, ane munga meet ane rane munga meet so and always Paul can meet and everything. So yes, rane log ben by and ko quite a lot. Anong zuma loy group it work la turn mama go my mom said no we don't talk about such things. Cultural loy well okay. So what I did, I ended up bullying the guy. Yeah. So because the adult when I got bully appropriate, and I just bend pan and then I make faces. Kulani la well, but I yeah. And then kujala love you go, oh my goodness, people go ya by a bully. And tell ka bukoji you ben panda. I kept it to myself. Yeah. So kaya challenges okay churu loy kaya. And the second one, I was like, oh, it's just a game. I'm gonna see how to be in so far. So I built resilience, and then I turned things around. I didn't take it a negative way. I learned maybe it's who they are. There's nothing I can change, but the game is on my side. But how to protect myself and how to turn it not to be a negative thing. So let me tell you below. Yeah.
Into something very sensitive, I just got to it because it is really it happen a lot in a community that I can't miss drum talking, especially me near chicken big jam. And there's
Yes.
so many like I remember the one then on the unmet in corona no the biggest thing kwa boga like a dog. Quite
Yeah.
adults. And you
Yeah.
cannot say those things.
Yeah.
So maybe I thought maybe that's what you were alluding to. I just
Yeah.
want you to take it outside yourself.
Hmm.
Did you see that common thing Kakuma where the enemy room talking and in our community in general that medal belong very important message called the person on caregiver day mama day
Yeah.
yeah think well and like yourself but then Achaping, and then armies have to devise ways to protect themselves, or Misol will just give up and be, exploited or being live in trauma. What are your thoughts on those?
Yeah, quick in a quick, whether because I was such a hyper kid, a
Mm-hmm.
troublemaker, known as a troublemaker, in our target will is something here common. It's hard to separate the two.
Yeah.
And the first encounter, it was not somebody far, but the guy decided, quite a little by so to take advantage. Oh my goodness, Rana, okay. Kujala bench, kujala yi achieving yo. Yeah. So the la common. The first thing the Baluela and Melinyan is 17. They put it this way. So and why I be my work a dialogue room 17 agent in Kolnyang. That this guy go Corby and Boom Topping to make a deal. Well, I don't make deal with adult. What is your deal, Uncle? Take all go let go let cái đây go cái điều go bully. Yeah, I just to have I just to have this willpower. Go let okay. Le bala le deal luna le bala le because I'm more than kira go mar diori. They put it that way. Go le bu deal bu loy go le deal and go le kapala le uncle dia. Go le no. Kachel well go le hey. I tell well na ye deal so they put it that way. Go le no. Chua chen wo go le yen ka uncle dia ka win my uncle. Này các khung cá tổ cái gam cái ràn thì qua ba là tí cha các ba là lue các cái in con ba khung tổ ngồi ràn nó tổng đề. So up here, Kenny and I we were the two that talk about things that happened. But I was not gonna let myself down. Okay, cha kor ba le my family because ni kaka ke ko ni you are kapama. Inappropriate stuff. Could always yes, my aunt actually will Nyibol Ajak Thiong who lekin ko ka they were really big thing. And I can well when ko you can right? Yeah. The two things okay, jal kadang so anchi jal fast forward chan jal mer diore ko jera ane jelwel jera la dam ko ranyen golwel when mo che chiu ben yo. Right? So was one on one go jal really jal because the kira mar diore and one thing I never will I'm grateful a way when it you were raised. Ti any mentor ki ne nyan ti te ko je mer dirich in your jam could jam it when being right yet and I think that way chala coin in a way. Yeah. So chan book coin when chan and charola charity did it. And the thing is I just comment gonna cut and can take a deal comment but just I took a car book a jam about it because ella I chair and me la ben bela biang a call when you can movement by a yende like a little by when I yende go play it. I downplay it. But yeah, kaka I think I comment but chiran got be jam about it. Kalurut. Yeah.
Thank you for raising that conversation. Here on the
Yeah.
U-turn,
Yeah.
we talk about women empowerment and empowered women. A girl child empowered, because a girl child empowered and girl will grow up to become an empowered woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where girl grow, right? These resilience and capabilities develop. Then
Yeah.
how to protect themselves because Pandunian get your first safety hero practice because the
Mm-hmm.
world is even wide.
Yeah.
And in our community, quite soon acquiring a do by like so many are related family members. I really took in a big extended family. And some of these
Yeah.
things, if for others who na chinyan man nyirku, then gal be cake
Mm.
abuse in your present right? But in I man when no I yum you say very So I want you to talk about that. I remember on quad and I want to relate to my person, but not tell your story away.
Yeah.
And I don't talk into because I'm jamaret. I can be a bit So, but then okay, I yum go coin. So you talk a lot about being men on strong will, being men jam. So how do you think that those qualities they try look at dumping, but you become rebellious? and you find spaces in your friendship. So there is a question about the role friendship should play in your life in your early years to
Mm.
keep you grounded in the absence of your parent. Because first of all, ba mena bar anong challenges ke. But they are rebellious in that situation, anong challenges ke. But they are looking outside for your own circle of support, anong challenges ke. So can you unpack those things? Like how did your intrinsic, traits, navigate all these social, structures. Until and what can you tell now, man, the Chirin who might be in such situation right now, experiencing those things without mom and dad, and navigating rebelliousness? Yeah, because man are barren, can man champion, can man quality, can man and so many things. Do you believe those were you just okay, trade war, you just kaka level go occupy the glory.
Oh, okay. To think I rely kind of and strong willpower and stubborn, but because I was grounded in love, and yeah, my uncle and Yara so much. So Anna mung meet so meet la coin in another way because trouble jack and yeah, my cousin so much so me the aka move quite local so I rubber balance ala. Key alone in this is that I need to label. Chin Chipagate so far. The first thing trouble loik in I don't know you which I loik kang I which. Goran go learn men ran up them, Eugene a young young Rio Gole. Okay? Until label. Ah, yes. You know, a Louis school appeared. But before I swore a couple of swore and then color yellow like a loyal. And then loku quite French anong friend when you je jam cái student của mày con nó ran when cái beneficiaries cái good deed my uncle ke yan because I'm very friendly and ke only one the Paul but he group je jam I can shout out some name men the tuan cho con madang men gwale cho jualier men the apu ke cho kadang Benjamin aja ko to jaja these were my guys thì kêu ali hab chala loy ma sura nom ke somewhere close to them there kan ye hab to hako ake anong crowd ye ko loy bai kan nong crowd ye ko loy bi kan nong crowd group je chamere no matter where abel vele nyan man mi kwai tion ke kan chiran god en I for that relationship bi bai kan kan yes nong kak chien ya ko wo kon nong kak chien ya ke ting dang relationship kan my cousin kumi dikin aniaren, I call chena do buy, okay, go buy and when because the chiran bear me moon you go am bro reach. Canting, yes, in the animan, yeah, into condition to behave certain way, but I can get a charioca dear. First thing a car, and well, anyar commit, quanya banyachin. I want to be somebody. Kachin like yaka loka, I survival the skills. Abin wel ke nyana jang tiong ke cha jang tiong ke churiyo gen but ano ke dien kar piri kunyai my uncle is there for me so kati chila ben tene ake ken ka lom ke challenges because yo mo anye na lar bai ka bi wulen bela yo we ni bol ke che loy the good girls were there but not me ane jung ya dong na ja ti ke cha loy ken loy ka mera ko and I do thick skin because yo mo first thing and you are grounded in love. My uncle loved me so much. No matter and my personality, no one can change it. Go and loy to believe in myself. Because nala ben by my uncle report ka de long oh. Now one great to lopping at the back of my head, yes, antipolaritic. Yung accord by somebody tomorrow, right? Example, if I know the cow in a community, yes. Why take a level one in yan madia appear? There's Barurio Kavelabu when be look dear. We are the moment who night lot when I when be garden the Joe dear. Come the first thing. che yin ka yo ben nyir ga lo yin lo kun do ma le ran go ben ko do ma chin an che lo su kun ye an troublemaker kun ala le mai mama chi bi ni ko ram ben ko do ma chin e ga go chin ko le mun du ga ko le candidate ko le ga candidate ko go wa won ko le fis go lim ba cha ka ko mi kwa mbala na wala mbala ben da lo ben and I embarrassed the guy. I think I below ping by go le yo Nyibol. From that time I set myself free. Kiran kian be God because I'm grounded. Don't will by can need my personality is I need. Yeah. So okay kata.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Jane Cole. I really like where you say you were grounded in love. So
Yeah.
no matter what, you know who you are. That means you know yourself. Even in Charangang or in your troublemaker, in
Yeah.
your own words, you really know why you are making those troubles. So you were actually intentional. So I just
Yeah.
want you to take a step back. No, this idealized issue of being a good girl, nyan chatter you pick. Hit to
Mm.
block what hit you I think you opposite of that, as you said. You are
Oh.
that opposite of nyan chatter you pick. So can you tell us a moment where you know being your strong willpower, right? Or you create quite all win jamran your humor rebellious can ya and then I eat create better I cry so how can you share moments where these traits or these become your anchor when things become really overwhelming later on in life, like this your trait kunwari how did they actually help you now in a grown up person? Is there any one story in the bill reflect actually I can't on the actual I am book one you can age.
Oh. Yes. Kacheno la ngat ke will turn into something. Because of course ane la ngat but any thing kan we rulen dia ke take one by one. Teacher ka will turn again. Ping nong sometimes le quite dear ko le yin a man loy ken and ko loy ken and ka chi ping until ba ya law tiok challenge or where challenge ka jel ta ko are ko duel. Something I'm about to share a personal. What happened? And my second child, and did on a Friday. I on Tuesday, my husband lay panakin, kin bebela buche. So I was left with a 9-year old and a 3 weeks old baby. Pan Canada, in at one day. And on postpartum depression and a dead husband. What do you do in that situation? Yeah, kiga life journey ka. Sorry, I'm gonna tear up a bit.
Sorry to hear that.
So I went into postpartum depression, breathing at the same time. Anong meron wala chin, manage college. So it was hard. I just, I think the brain kind of went blank. Yeah, when this thing happened. Man, I think I changed into career event. And so I went back into my memory, my flashback. Kawin ke yado fi kalakan. Mama wundeng nyuan. Mama nyana guto. Kuji a teaching wulendia because wulendi kwa yung melon kulwelda. Ako arabang na nam chinde. Because pinom akut yang akwan bijal. Yin tik kay yin moch. Edik bukaruta upit. Okay? I went back to that teaching. Nayan Kene that values to be independent. Akoi, Hedita not today. When we were growing up at the age of 12 on before Banben, Canada, my uncle, we used to have a meeting. In there, you capable of doing this. There, in Kanele. I'll strength the kakaya point out. In the back in a little, in the back in a little. Kuping no maka, you know. So I went back to that teaching. Kaka yima uncle leka. To mama used to say, Nyibol, there is tomorrow. There used to be time I just can't get to a lobes life with no lombes. Can you let me just sit there ko rare ko chaja? Couple of things with jam ko kujelwen chin ka bear. I look at to an jorat. Kaka ga chan ka badutin war chanong a rare and you. I went back. Uh, gonna be what 14 years this year? My baby will be 14. Ko can I dear? Me and can that independent but pure. Kedi anga today. Kumiche, kedi yende ya kole. Kende kakananagan. You feel resilient. Kale ko ga yin. Bana kala nganga kukana yide. I have been at play. Time and time difficult time. Then get the kajante. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And for sure, I literally joke many people are talking in the internet in the comment section.
Mm.
They are relating in your moment. And it's a very profound, question. It's that experience, but I can relate can challenges in work, in our community in work, growth, right? We sometimes we won't be near kwa big ya fragile. Yeah, big ya dependent, right? In men yaklen but yeah, because pida a game mochin.
Mm.
And even Wadir and Kakuma, majority of near kuchim Michael or no Monkor Benatia Kapel Sukul, Kujera Juira brought Ebja, Cholga Torot, Bet you ko a quay, no koyan kochungang, but a coro non Sanjari and Kochua, Baichuka Choli, Chodichuka, Bachuka soft, but I just can you get because you need that I think yeah, Kepidu, a settle, will look for food, could you say Babata? I don't think we're up right now because quite but your story actually demonstrates that there is more life be you after thick, right? It can happen. Unfortunately, Chiman be much buto which right? Ku yi now rokiro ngakon because we are scattered. Where I can you to war wife inherited kede an war ba na re ko in a community setting or so Sudan which mo du nyen jal ka won pandu e ka lu muso ya be taking care of you. Why ku go a benten or mama do or tingu wulen or kogo kwad will come helping you with kids. But now you are in this situation where you need to when meet men tin wali chin ku men nywe akin when by being inherit be kawar yo mo ndu bugalu taking care. I can, other community members who are there work at night when midari rin kwa brand mentuk dom ku bata one mentuk. Now yito. If now you can dir kin independent mind or kin kin it on care. Just to put it that way because yin anya when la kong chene pide chene gele kajuchi can below it. And that is just one thing. There's so many things in my relationship, baby, react, right? I would like in a bit, yeah, but so sometimes so can come, but also turn near at a thing too. Near about your dog, you took it, yeah. So this is a strong case for women empowerment. Really, that's what I'm saying. And thank you, Bulma, do to Java comment section. That's why we talk about but men to be prepared for life. Amen. Nyaka amen much because I think it. You know better to think where better life. Benen like chin. Could be like I'm sure that. So thank you so much for sharing that. It's really very touching, and I'm happy you managed to overcome it. I know as you speak today, I can overcome. 14 years later, you wrote a book. You degree to do. You mashallah. Like you are not from a position of power. You have managed it. So congratulations. It's really powerful that you made it. So
Thank you.
so maybe by him going to so what is it, was that the moment? What triggered you to write your book now and not 5 years ago or 10 years ago when those things were happening? What was the U-turn moment that made you to learn? Actually, I need to write this story. You're compelled to write your book.
Oh, you know, I've been going back and forth between here and South Sudan. And then I just look back and I'm like, wow. Yeah, you just look at many women there suffering and all of that. And then you just look at your life and you're like, just bakaka gyong nana to inspire other people nana de yen. Yes, I've gone through what I've gone through. But it's only a talk appear. You might see, a dim light in the tunnel, but it's not the end of life. Na no ranto, you push to be somebody tomorrow. Can take a quarter life. Days are cheto. No colon bina down, no colon bin bed all. You know, in a cake and jakada. Okay, John, get book. Nana, yes, I have lived to tell my story. Kwan more yan. My teaching, Kokowin Chia support along the way until now. Kick out a quad cake in life, but Nangrang just to give you that push, could buy your inner strength. Chibi chato and keep moving. I know around the be bad, you could be the bad, where cold there, and then you keep pushing. Yen ke peer and a chana chagal worry with their peer man. A banin, Kupajo ya, but pinya bato, pinya ki worry, general pinya tuganin. Yeah, tuganin, but I know around we you push, and I look back, I'm like, I should be grateful. Despite Kachan and Kolotin, I know Rand going through worst time right now. Iba bale yin ran mun pinga le men mun ye ting na na de yet. To ngot ke di de junu. I don't mean the bear when ngot ke jwich. They're going through a hard time. But na no ran tung yi ran tung to push that kid. Take that will be there will be a war tomorrow. So in kindergarten and book another yes, I was grounded in love, and I think that love in kachong okay and today. Yeah. Can I Louis break and I'm called when a jam thing when why did my man in that day you can win a chol cogadia domichin. A dungo run look back to high school. A dungo yellow bago yellow. So yeah, well, okay. And then tomorrow at you by chere cooler. Keep pushing. The same thing my uncle had been look up to dear one, take a one. Cake a pew. Could dear you can get to work in a pew, tunka will take a tone. Right? You can see the difference. Gwalel ya gwalel dom ran to ko, you know. Dom ran to ko ku ye ting ten. So yes, I know one person it happened that what you Ben London, Ontario to a Ben quality. She used to dress up so well and everything. I'm like, I'm going to be like that lady. Yeah. I'm going to be that like that lady. It happened that what to London and talk about and I can just see her and smile. She just always laugh like me and it's galano giggle. That's me, right? And I think I charge a because nothing check on area. I look new correction could dala like a when funny lata. Bandol who wear Korean Kulara that way. It just banye achene akarapir can but keep pushing na no ran you going we ran to in a position of power. No ran but think of 20 shilling which a year ran or 2,000 when you have a man people or book a period that day. Yeah. So, I think, thank you, Tiang Ria Bai. Tiang Ria Bai, I think you got it.
Thank you. No,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I
yeah,
inspired there because
yeah,
powerful natural antum chi domko. Jima
yeah,
rantum video la ping.
yeah.
Well, if your ball can
Mm,
make it,
mm,
I too I can make it.
yeah,
So going to Peter Anton again, that's a powerful motivation. Thank you for sharing
yeah,
and thank you for writing your book. And
yeah.
one of the things you could I personally I talk about it a lot
Mm,
about write your story. What year, especially what year the Monja, what year the South Sudanese. One a lot of stories in Wakalatin, one a lot of hardship in Wakalatin. Some people they will just come on Facebook and pour their heart out.
mm,
But actually, you can actually document something because Facebook now after 28 days, number can do delete. Why can
mm,
you write a story? A book you can have and a brain for hundred thousand of years when you put your in your print. You now
yeah.
write a story that not only this generation and next generation, but even whatever generation below Ben me have no access. A lot of people me them and the centuries come. So you have
Mm,
actually documented very powerful stories, maybe history, maybe in what jam don't go chiri who went through
mm,
this time. So you have actually preserved the story of our time. So it's really powerful. Now what they are, instead we are alive, just document your book. And if you need help, reach out to someone. Kirnyebola can even mentor you on how to write your story. Reach out to myself, reach out to other U10 members here. I mentor, they help people and some ideas on how to
mm.
write. And you don't need to be an accomplished author. Right now, you can publish your own book independently. You don't need those sorts. So thank you so much. I am inspired. I'm reading your book, and a very funny book, by the way. If you want to, to learn more, you will. It's not funny all about it. In the writing, you will laugh so hard. And I'm going to Jane Kor Kakuma, those memories are very deep. I don't know you for
Yeah.
why you got no dollar book it.
No, kick up at the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming to Mother's Day, I'll be a Mother's Day tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Why they are white pillars of the community? Could take a big role kaye ball by. Whether ye man do jadi kaye man quat. Let's be there for each other. Now young man the ran kong on yen kwenye. Because aberande have a bella kwenye. Near eke pass on. That's what I believe. Thì trên mẹ nó có chăn nuôi cái đẹp cô để được quê mẹ nó phiếu ăn được các bác lộc này nghe đi chăn nuôi cái bia đó it doesn't necessarily be nang ko blood moki but it ko an chăn nuôi en abe be la ko le nuôi nghe knowing that iran yo pe ku la cha dam ko nyal ko be la ko ting ran de nya ko be dam ko nya ko community area ko ngoy loya ka pinye la twen ku ko niere to ko niere la spread ente ya ting en ke kane so akor buku what you have to play a big role, you know, touch of love to pass it on. Just small things or bang every yoga just or bang man that think the hour chol ku le nga yen ha ku ba ku yai no example ya nyun nya dia kana kol kalwan ke da kalwe I just want your love mama just give me a hug or give me a kiss
Oh,
okay yeah okay ana kalwe that's enough yeah ku lo ya cha be be bo da na you man the dia lo ya ka be be cha lo bila comfortable knowing that somebody care, you know. It's the same thing your man was a man, and it's the same thing that my uncle did to me. That's why I love my uncle so much. Eh, you know, despite trouble change and come and all of that, you know, no cool and I told mama come here, Galweli and I hear get you but deep down and yeah. So we need to pass that message. Yeah.
thank you. Arnon,
Yeah.
happy Mother's Day tomorrow, a pair of mothers who are, watching this
Yeah.
conversation and who will go and watch the conversation. And Chole, you congratulate and we are all proud of you for writing your book.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Yeah.
So my next question before one and Jamba open up a U10 members, but an opportunity to to share their reflection, what they've heard from your story. In that now, so you need what jam about Yaldu from Baidi to Kakuma, to now to Canada and all the things Jingala through to now that your life at Jara be rebuilt in Canada. What does
Mm.
home mean to you? What does home mean to you today? And what message would you give someone get in that season of uncertainty at home, like at home, like someone who is still moving from one place, either mentally or physically, a kid who settle
Mm.
or no challenges later and getting.
Mm. To me, home is love. Home without fear. Home that you feel secure regardless of where you are. To me, that is in home. When we were in Kakuma, kani alwel Kakuma in the first home, we were not on the move. Despite where there is love, that is home. Yeah. And to build my, but I try my best to build my home out of love. Yeah. In Kitty Academy, security, it been through love. Self-esteem, it been through love. Like people around you in Chakrir, Rakupa, you ben ku jor tomorrow ku le boyino. Kunyina de yin, koto around yin, I think yin, you feel secure. I think yin ade ka to me, that is home. Until we start home, but I try to yes, Canada is a home, but yes, to me, home is love. Yeah,
Thank you. And that is the central theme of your book, Grounded.
yeah,
Grounded
grounded. Yes,
in love,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Um, Naira Kushen, that book title, just Google Grounded in, Grounded, a tale of hardship. A billion book at Amazon and link that in the comment section. That is powerful. Home is love. It doesn't mean even when you are in uncertainty, if you know that you are loved, you will continue to to push through hardship.
Yeah,
That's very
yeah.
powerful.
Who caught or commit or caught or displaced and everything, just don't lose hope. Because when you lose hope, ka ju ya ro loy. Lekin na yi ngot en ke ran cho ran. Kuen ke yi cho der tu mia. Na yi ngot kunyik na ra de ke le long ku le no ran ku le ngai de keep going. Kin bi ara ko de na chen pinya che to ko man. Lekin na pa li pio we ko pinya to ko no. Ne ne ke dien kar ban we. Yeah,
That's, that's
yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Before you, I'm jala do nang yin ba we do not kerja belum ma. Barang kalau la nang you 10 members. I don't know biar rita gitu nya kar we to yo. Alaki, maybe I will start with you. You tell story. Nyibol Ajak Thiong very inspiring. Sometimes it's heartbreak too. So what have you learned? And if you were to walk away today, what are the three key main takeaway the bucket yung chapi?
Thank you so much. And to be honored to meet you, my sister Nyibol Ajak. I'm grateful to have learned a little bit about your story, but I'm definitely getting the book to learn more about you and to when Nacharan to book to God, and it's not just any book. It's a book that represent near Udiar, South Sudan, with all the difficulties they've gone through, and even more personal for me because I was in Kakuma. I grew up in Kakuma, Kainamanabar. I see so much of myself in your story, and it's the one thing that usually I think is more powerful than reading a generic motivational book or story. I want you to really relate to. You don't really relate to that until you grow up in America, well, other privileged places, actually, well, oh, because so and so made it, because Michelle Obama made it, I'm gonna make it. No, this is the mentorship that I see is important for young girls. It's important for young women. It's important for anyone who is on their journey to be self-reliant, who really believe on themselves. I strongly encourage the community to be open to having a tough conversation, especially experiences of young girls growing up. It's not just young girls; it's young boys too. I think the trend of saying "Ni rock ache kanyar bikrir koch," and sometimes it's coming from a place of protection. We as women always want to protect our children. Even me, gonna get it. You're always thinking this life, not the do I want my kids to go through it? So the big debate of modern life in corporate can meet and nobody else. You don't really know people. Other adults take a deal that actually grow up. You don't know how they grew up. Just because we're white, it doesn't mean you have to bring them around your children, right? You have to protect your children. There is this is very common story, very typical. And because about it, people don't really know how it happened. But I meet the young when there's nobody else around. There's so much evil going on. I'm pretty sure every one of us around here can relate to that. And like it could be ran you woolen, you one mood, you want a woolen, or you from women that always have those tendency to try to abuse Mitko, right? So protecting your children literally can mean being away from people, only people you trust be around your children. And I'm really grateful you shared that difficult story. Can walk today. It's giving me hope that people are talking about it. They're speaking up, and the community is ready to listen. As it has been shown, comment koi luyin support, koi who are cheering you on, and the last bit, Chalwele, and the biggest one, the hope. I think it's also the U-Turn project is a project of hope. Braneng hope that Kanga brought gear, right? Because once you lose hope, you are spiritually dead and you're just living on day by day, getting peer better than. So thank you so much for sharing your time with us on Saturday here. It's a very busy place to live, Canada. Na cha weekend do cha gam na coach. It's a big gift. So Ira and Kola, this is this is your opportunity to learn more about Nyibol. Buy the book from Amazon or Nato places where Amazon I China will reach. Somebody from Juba is asking you both how they can get the book. So maybe when you have time, respond to that. Akwal, thank you for bringing Nyibol on the U-turn. This has been amazing women empowerment story and community empowerment. So before I take too much time, back to you, Rhoda.
No, thank you so much. I'm happy you echo a lot of points and amplify them further because it's really matter. And thanks for being here. Luca, take it away. You're Ping, your main takeaway. You get the only guy today on the platform. You took overwhelmed with the women's stories. And Mother's Day tomorrow, so I took it young. But yeah, what have you learned from your sisters?
Uh, Thank you, Madam Call Philip, and also to our guest of today, Nyibol. I really appreciate the way Nyibol explained our journey, and I'm very happy that tomorrow is Mother Day, and on the U10 we have one belief that U10 is doing well with the women empowerment. But before I comment on the books that Nyibol try to share idea and information about how she has started her journey. I think women are very important and they are the good people that can make the world to be a better place. That's one thing I know me personally because the time I reached school, I did not reach school through the appreciation from the man or my dad. No. And a law school it came above the area of Panabun. So now above a Panabun and came a jam then to a teren nguren ran tau ri tuya bio ko wane wal wel ka bio ke my uncle jana ko wan ke karer ke an taman an mit lakin I think my grandmom de ke jiting ke ko ting 2003 go and lui push le la gal fal ke del chal ke lo school jen mantinen na de ko when ben ben chokien ga kor ga blu ga biogo. So I think women are very important kwa ke ko na mer ko ke ku pyo ko ro dik ku chi ga women empowerment chi nye ba ke like when we women be ga independent ku nye ke when we ke be ga ko ba gwir that ka women empowerment ka bro nye lo dik ko be important ko be appreciate ku ko ja be chen martin ben because women empowerment now some in some part of the world, especially here in South Sudan, people has misunderstood the women empowerment. I think like na yok diar ka jam wala nyir ka jam where women empowerment kalela ka wi can big men because it overturn yan dia ke bana masulin ka kwache yen that is not the way. Kan enda tin women empowerment e wer chi men ke chir ke kwani metin isore chilwel ya na acha gwa touch at broda because I remember na ken Louis struggle by all means. Waken la into those hardship. Ngora ken pir mis ke ngora ken look dom la bi ka bi coin pin tomorrow. That are what in degen hardship ken kala tin kwachi gum until today in ken book and ken god command. On the part of the book and chibu go look commenting lakin masi dinti ne wi bakang gam tan awal tawan my grandmom in here and school something very clear my dad been ngi why ju kwi lakin chilu insist kule chola na le chen po kang war chin mi chila go la chen po ko bi pol man tik kun ko la chen po bi la chat ke jon garang ya ne lel kya gala ka bi jon garang nya wi le yat ji bi bana tor ke jur rong tu. Then the other thing also, in 2004, now ran primer too. I think some of my friends and ba try began ba full out from school. Bugla today ne koi la dak la koi la auto tin. Because ya dak to be like fin. Gala wet ba rin ti ri la pay. Lakin my auntie also chibana ban ba thi go la gan in man school. Baba gam gra bi ban auto pin bi be to be like fin man school. La kan ga je ai ta kan ga tan ko yun ki ta pana bun ki mano o ko ji dit ko ji ta pana bun a le bo wa to ku beno la gorni ba de lakin in man school ngula wi ji ka tan la jal well and ya ne another thing ki women ki lo yan kan ya na cho alon ki ne ga ban ba lo my auntie ko ji ga lo my grandmom ka ko de ka ba ko ngel tomorrow it is because of what they have done to me by then that then ki ya na wa to wa nguran ji gorno ngwa mo school that terengwan ci ke ban rom ko dan yakol so I think here ken nen ken michela pay di tan ka kai ka women empowerment ken de dia pay ko wat ci nyibol kwani concerning bung den gen actual on town South Sudan. I wish one day I will get that book and read because 2020 I was among the guys who were planning to go back to village and then I came across one of my friend who was selling book online and I met him and he gave me the book by Robert Kisoki. I think Dr. Robert Skella. I talked about it last time with you when I was mentioning IFDE. And in that book, when I read, it has touched my life and it has even changed my mind of going back to village because I was not having anything to do here in Juba. I'm not schooling and I'm not having any job. So I decided I want to go back to village to see the family. Maybe I would have even not graduated from Avanal University. Lakin books one the one Queen Bung Rani Robert. She got tough time never last, but tough people do. Achan ba fuja faidi kwe bunge la god weden yan akoy ka chi en chol tin bla jam kenim kwa koy chi yan dum ken ka chi pura chin ke ben bitin farmers na wen le yo koy ka chi lu they have gone through a lot go jala jam kenim la rata bi en bungen jal ba god yan ke chi jala ye ke quote a tough time never last but tough people do and it has related with the unemployment in America until when jen book ba god ajo ba god kwe because of challenges tila yo kan ka yuen they can typically face so this one pushed me to stay here in Juba until where I am today and I'm not planning even to give up on the thing that I want to achieve in my life because that book has touched my life and I have also learned a lot from it the same to the book that my sister Nyibol wrote. I think anytime abida daman bian iyo kaman baben latin lakin information jaka nya yakol message ayo tan ne ko le very important ken hope ke shol hope kan en ko loy fuch na cho in la ko ra ji chit ngoi win de hope la de kan abru wa tomorrow win ba na bata person that der ke yin chi ko chi yo ga chi le begin ki am pa. I really appreciate that one, and I take it as very serious thing. To me, I and by chak la kre chin ngui. Kana ta on mo pe e waden bi ka kip ke roban war tomorrow. Ko e hope in ye chole e lu fush bas. So can en message ya yo gen very important ya nyaitan. Ten gran be message ni bola yo kaman put in your mind the choko kurai de pe. Ka chen akar ko kwa ban fiat. Chi man ni bol kin medi ne je sorry de balo share. Even cha gwa yo ga photo yan ka chen lai chen la cái ra chen ka bak tin la duir ka kuma yan dar akan chen ka chir kan cha kang jok za tu fieri yeah so cái tin ayo kan kala ba martin bung den god kan e very important ko book bi ko bi bi ngi bi kun tin mana ne ya kamandan.
Wow, wow, what great reflection and what a great tribute and honor to women, to your grandma and your auntie, and all of us here, the power of women in, and love when women get kind love, can be met they want to see me can succeed, and it was very funny how hearing your grandma yeah, school age natural, yeah, your way come work for I remember a story from my dad that me don't even gamma missing post. He has a school age, and now they say, they will go big like, yeah, you get a mobile, and now come South Sudan, they're the one eating oil money. So it's a good thing that you actually end up now, in weight cut and you are on the U-turn. It's a great success story. Thank you so much, and thank you for echoing Nyibol story, and it touches all of us, and it's been very powerful that it touches men like you, because when women and men be getting mark can get area community can and will push the agenda of girl empowerment, of women empowerment. So thank you, Luca. And Dorcas, it's your turn. In Ping. What is your main takeaway? I know you are laughing a lot of things. Really relate to you.
All right. Hi to the Utan family, and I'm happy to be here again to listen to the Holy story. Yeah, bunch of guy. Yeah, like I can relate. Yes, I can relate. You know, in South Sudan and all those things, we usually get a lot of things, and you know, uh, I'm just pure to see that Nibol was down at some point and Rajor. So Ian Kechol, I think that's the real meaning of Utan. So, tong jajanam kin du chen o me barang he well the way chen gu ten kin bera well or du chen and maybe that's how life is. So when it come to koken yaren chen we push me ko up to now. You know, if you look back, but in history, jeng ter, jeng en yar binyande bu pioj, but okay, ya nyar pio we nyar maton. So, kiye ja different and the mission like mission and purpose of that teaching, because mission on maybe I every pand and right. So and they also know when I do anong diar when get chiro kan kalawan and they were able to stand up and do it. Chairman, the Indian will buy what Ben will stand up movement. Actually, I don't know, but the stand up I see when buy do is not real actually. I think they are only push honestly. I don't see it because in most cases, maybe to add you kids and other entities, so maybe no go to get okay where there is style, but in most cases I actually don't see. Maybe sometime in year bang the way I can actually push people. But when but we reflect and I see that kind of independent like but talking baletong jeng kin lirot right bara liw and I know rally kin catch in kaj kudu loy. It's not easy by the way, yes. Kwe something a pure mini work on. So you know, on like my dad used to tell me that Lord school because school can be a and more and time I cannot be there. And if you are educated and you need strong, Kin Louis this one Louis face alone. So every time on class school, I used to hear that word. So anytime I cannot be there, kuna that pay you can be able to support yourself. Yeah, and because Pira Chiranichin, you'll be the when you call Ben and anything can happen. But do it. And if you are not that strong to face this world, catch it easy. And okay, growing up and to relate a lot of these things. Kini nyibole lo yan kien bana hu pienu yan kien mi have ben ku yin mi nang de pie dunde. I just sympathy by the way because right now if I can just recall no remember because the more you grow I don't know yin lu reflect ku tinga ji ke ke lo ku jalon te yin man jamo ga kalo ke chol ina you yin long tin I just realize yin long tin yin keran yin ke yin a di long tin because bi ya tin ke ache ke da wa yin ran cha ke ku du ke ki tin because when you don't see your face eh bala right the way for that short time and you see your face maybe kan ka dia yin ting mana yi kung du ga yi chol ting yi kung du te de ku chuk du maybe yin ku ben how your back look like so a ko pe ga yi ting every time even your face ran pe ke ngim so ku chung ye di le yin long tin ka nyit man ki yi ta en ga nyi jen ke yin gena bata lo kena cái chok den ji long tin yin kena yi tiam kwa ni long tin kena chin che yin tiam so uh I just realized that your inner you is actually you and is what you should really protect because this physical you is just a chirman who they want in tin e would chatting e would win into tin kinaran so maybe clean physical outside in a protect it and boot chibi maybe a long thing but key in a delay long thing and to give you work long thing do carry that the ben ke chol banang ho balwelen amada be miyo mi along damanda na check period man kam de be you a long thing can kuna chale rodia I just feel like period easy and when I'm door in your mind and in a you because na chala ba ye kliwe kul ka yinye ba yumia inside you you really feel like yes you ya comfortable and okay lakini na yi long tin yo yen kene jaliw bara jade wen jaliw ku yen inde yen to pinum ku ge ben yen da do e door peace of your mind ye nyai ku ya amana pire chinyi amana pire actually chinyi and you feel like ben in I think koko yen in e ppp dan bi nyai mu yi long tin ki ya yi ne ria achin ki yi da du ya amana bire to kwa chin hu kwa chin ki yi ku be lu restore kalas ke na tingen ki chiria ka chine dune you tinga ber pia so has that is in a has yen ke wo ku yen ke kidi ben lo man ben yen kana yen hu ku yen ni yen ke jelo decide to work on it because let me say right now if I say I will work on this right ku tagame na ba loy I actually do it but I think na ba loy dependent I cannot do it. It does not work until I have to say yen kana ba loy ka loy so that's how I just feel and all these things Ben is working on inner you and believing that you can do it man changeable alone. Yeah, I can. And kin go la here but I can relate man ware here beti ware wagari yinchin wa yinchin nga and chirani chira la dongun du ba donguria kin dongur kala la da chirani chin so I can just imagine I don't mean to ko men to dir men have left school up pick and has to work for this kid with is not really easy so nana ki lui within her and kien kana below regardless man ka woni ga remember o ye ga ben ya man tero lo mi ha ko lo to ku mo ben ki ga ke ben yeah so ke de ki lo ti jene lui give up ke yen man yen lui give up ke cha lo because I don't ka na cha lo le kana cha lo ku ba ja lo yen pe lo la pir achi inche mi ha ko la chi ni ku ke ne ke ye gol ke yi long tin chan ba ni mi ha ko la to and banang resilient in you and all those things. So working on your inner you, make sure that you say I can do it. When banang meeting with yourself. When at the end, you get to you're gonna do this thing. Honestly, I think it's real when you say that. But I realize actually it, I don't know, is it power that God has put in us? Because like when you give up like a child, even your inner you will break down all. Echen energy, echen even to start that thing below you. But I look at below it like you feel energetic, right? You feel energetic and every possible thing. Like just feel everything just line up. And you go but I tell you about you know when when we're in school there's some project that can really be hard. But I tell you people kien ben no me dar bu kun go dar brir and you feel like even honestly you cannot do it but chalala baloi chairier kri ben together mine ben together to really observe and even tala bani for a long time you feel like everything is in line because of the gambaloi the physical you and the inner you that is invisible line up together and you do that project. So it is just saying that I can do this maintainable alone, being alone, a chin man at a man, the quachinga. So it was that reflection and having a meeting with herself that yeah, about low and I'll do it. So yes, this is the time now, and I near it there. Okay, job him and I'm pure to be strong because near the time. A blood to and ki ja wo de chima na jarante ro chima dur because e ja be wo janan ko to ko man hinga. And yes, thing I just if you just look into this world man the on core when you reflect and now it's really different. And I think it is now time, you know, we have society norms kuja ge ben regala si dia rega jalo push out kan ka won ko lo hold back, right? And you believe in relate man nyan don karan all those things. No one even knows because by nyan don karan dia ben. But at the end, yeah, I think what okay lui mata kun yi lo ke yi konyorot kwa yi konyoranda. Yes. Ke kun ji yin brio at the end. Because again ke bana cha they don't matter. Akrale. Ke mata e ba ko na lo gudu ni de ka cha brand be ja diri ko. Brand be yin ja dir. And I think if our grandmothers, most of them, are you could think jam kumina do have in chan magaret full barrier. I know they used to be strong, but they are different with the way yen empowerment enter. So, congrats and kudos to Nipol for writing, styling up, and standing up to read that, to write that book. I know it has inspired most of us to sit down because sometimes we just feel like and you can reflect, you can just see that it is a lot and it's always if you believe and accept within you that you can do it.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you, Dorcas. I really like how you took it philosophically, but yeah, you led into the difference between the inner self, where and that is very powerful because if Nibo didn't believe in herself, right? Those inner assets, which you tell like your confidence in yourself, your belief in yourself, your assurance in yourself, there's nothing outside that you can achieve. So thank you so much for those wonderful reflections and encouragement to young women and young girls outside there. So anti ko ba kada ba we're close but I can't be nibble jala year. So nibble that thank you keeping reflection from all the youth and fellows and kuja ko ka kenta me comment section here react by. So maybe to wrap up the conversation, what is your last message? Maybe a reaction to which youth and members will. And then your final U-turn message, message about ni or community members or people be keni bundu kwen ke be ke way, this book ben ke gala kwan. What would be your last message? And then many people usually after the guest, I will be message on the U-turn, want to know more about you, want to know where they can find book. Maybe you you to know if they want to reach out to you. Take it away.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you. We got your comments kon chat dear. We look at the chat sum up. Nana the kien create a goal with you, your inner self, right? You first have to believe in yourself. Nana the can have a low when you're not can. Chok yom chok aben ku you can real inside. Kachi pipi, right? Is this all start with you? no matter what, right? The outside influence, I live in an impact. Like when you roll up door, and again, this is what I believe, and this is what I want in life, and this is how I want to see myself in 10, 20 years, right? So, change the structure. Ku jaka wo job baby, I've been long be can kachi be because you know yourself. Ki jabla bena le jala important, yes. You have to structure yourself, kun lang mentor, kun support. That is just a push. But create a bene congol ke yin. What do you really want in life? Na choi pio chanyo. Karan the ben be the achi level because you mo create a bene gon long thing man the dorka zelwele. Na chai pio pol ke kachi be lew vi pio la pa ke ka cha lew le kina le ka bal lew. Karan ti je la ben ku je le wo. Ngeda yes. This is your strength kin and you build on that. Yeah, you just build on that. A good be rande di ja dir ke je pushkin jora build yin rot. Yin ka ya ting. I believe in myself and I'm self-centered. I'm grounded. Could you my family love you ben could you and be grounded more. Cause that I knew this is what I want. At the age of 13, this is what I want. The first thing I started was like, I want to finish my high school. That's just how I started. And then afterward, then my uncle was like, okay, I want you guys to finish high school. Well, oh, yes. Manche uncle, I want you guys to finish high school. I want to go to university, right? So the push has to come within me. Yes. Yeah, I know ko when ko la ja we lekin na ja wrong grounded. Could you support with Ben then you strong. Kin ka very bad push. My final message but le ko jikin and it's going to women. Yaka mi yaka pin. The chamber Ben kule kada. I've gone through stuff, but it teach and grounded. Experience chakal through a chakal, but I don't want to spoil the book. You will learn more about me in the book. Okay, how stubborn I was. It's teaching and strong, it's and stubborn, which in willpower. Those experience, it and break. It can root completely. But because I'm self-centered, in ka chana through, but yak mir yak ping. Yes, what why? Kuka kuch. Everyone ben by ben here na. Okay? Eka kor ye man book. Kay man ya. Ano ba kayong tadia? It doesn't matter. Ko la diang aku ye book kay niya. Na chimet ben kuli ka de ka pinga kan don't brush it off. Na e mia ku ber ka de la lo na just brush off the first time we well no. Yeah, that this person doesn't care. Na second time ku lo rat ka chu be ben no mi. They will turn to themselves. Yen ken di ga will buy pio kon pal pinyi ken med well de. Achin mel de ba ka de camera ko ka kiro loy. Ako bi ran be ye na ti e men tu ku ye men mo yen ka message yen ka ba bo we ken. Yes. We should be each other keepers. Ku trust e gol di cherane le ke de. Ke de ni chen wane. Na chu ben ku you open up ka le okay this person care about. Na mi ha ku no ko be le ka gol ma te ya. Lekin I can brush off men ha chu be le du. Chu be le du no ngi at all. Yeah. So in the card but lewa message the second message. In other accord we are to attend for each other. Live rot is a battleground. Life road is a battleground. No ran le bago got le go chere chol go wala chere bate. It's because I che yin. It's because I'm not ka le re ka through but I go got le ga ka ku du ko bo wali ya. Baga bela gai. Lekin na lui brush it off mate. Ku support. Where to ka can change somebody day. You know. Yes, Junub is going through hard time right now, but if we're there for each other, achi neze bugwa ke cham lakin wer ba di rande na cha wo tinga chen ngor pin kulwe ngeda miato kete ka lebe nom jot ki chana chen ki chen. Yes. In ke message yen kar ba lekin ken we ni ti to we mi the bear to. I'm here. I'm a product of good deed. Nature generosity. Ko chen dam chin nyale chai today. Lekin believe in yourself. Kuira antung to Na no ran when you think be support kin chora te ku yira dit on a position. Men tin tong chatting damakin yalu bayaran kulda. Then could love it you could spread we ya. And get my last word. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for honoring the invite.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. It has been an amazing conversation. And we're quite really going to walk from the beginning to the end. God bless you. Back a message I share will be at the U-turn today. Benongra like a touch, Nora like a change. Thank you for being part of us. And you can always put your reflection in the comment. And you will not daman you can reply to those comments. So thank you all. Bakjana, wonderful weekend. Thank you, U10 members, for all the wonderful time we've had together. Thank you, Nibolda. Have a wonderful day.
As we come to the end of this conversation, I just want to take a moment to remind you that the growth doesn't happen without taking a new direction. So if there is a message that has given you some clarity, some courage, or even a little bit of push towards the positive direction, I want you to take that with you, sit with it, go offline with it, and encourage you to continue to invest in your personal growth and say thank you for taking the time to be here for yourself and for the community, for the growth of the community. The U-Turn is not just a show. It's a community where real talk, real growth, and real U-Turn happens. So until next time, stay empowered, stay intentional, and never be afraid to make a U-Turn. Thanks. Bye.